Whoa, 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 whoa. I hear water and I'm not even in the world yet. Oh, this is not good. Start off the game trying not to drown. So, welcome to the first actual episode in-game of From the Rubble, where I almost drowned in the first 5 seconds of video. The premise of this world, of course, is post-apocalyptic, and I wake up in a bunker a couple hundred years after the world fell apart, and apparently I was awakened because of flooding. Okay. If I find gorillas riding horses with guns on the surface, you'll know what happened. Okay, so what do we got here? Some weird stuff, right? We've got a really sketchy wooden pick. I don't know why the regular wooden pick wouldn't do, because that's already pretty sketchy, but here is a particularly sketchy wooden pick from the Underground Bunkers mod, and they gave me a couple of pieces of farmland and some soil that I can grow these scraggly bushes from Underground Bunker. Yay. It seems to work like a regular pickaxe. I don't know why they made their own wooden pickaxe, but okay, good. So apparently my bunker's being flooded in every single room. There's a torch here, so that means air. Okay, good. Water's coming in from on high, but it also looks like it's coming in from low. Am I... Is this become water world in the centuries since I went to sleep? Water on the stairs is going to make it hard to stay on the stairs. Try to flip the switch. Well, lever. Little spaz out there. Okay. Okay. Sky. Oh boy. I know where the water came from. Oh boy. And there's the city, or what's left of it. Okay, this is a Kodak moment. So the disaster that brought the end of civilization also brought changes in physics and broke down the barriers between worlds and dimensions, and so that explains why I have floating chunks of dirt and rock, and everything's all broken up and topsy-turvy, and there you go. This is the new world order, and I'm gonna have to survive in it. But what has turned out to be a minor disaster has turned out to be a major advantage, in that my bunker, or the bunker entrance, is a little island over the water, which nobody can apparently climb back onto. I'm gonna have to fix that. But I mean, you know, basic Castle 101. A moat is a great way to keep bad guys from your walls, and I have a huge built-in moat. So it's not exactly how I would have pictured this starting, but I certainly don't have much to complain about. I mean, the only thing I did have to complain about was, you know, almost drowning before I got in the game, and we're past that part. So so far it's looking pretty good. I even have a tree. So hopefully I get more than one sapling from this, but we have all the basics to succeed, and then some. I mean, you know, first day in a Minecraft survival world, people are scrambling to make a bed, and I apparently have a bed and spares. So you know, and I have a safe place to sleep. It's a little flooded at the moment. That kind of cuts down on the comfort and practicality factor, but I can take care of that. In fact, I'll have to take care of that in a minute. I know I have a crafting table downstairs, but that's the base, so I need one with me. And I need sticks. And gonna need some tools. I have a wooden pickaxe such as it is, but an axe would be nice and a shovel will be nice. And I'll put them to use right now. The sand and the gravel will be useful for filling in the deeper parts of the moat, because I'm going to need arable land, right? I'm going to need to build farms, and I can't do that in the water. I'm going to have to bring the land up to the surface. That was fast. So we'll want to use the sand and the gravel to fill in, and then get lots of dirt to lay on top of it. Match this little island I got going here. Yeah. One of the more memorable starts to a survival world in my experience. Still don't quite know what I plan to do with or within this world, but with such a strong defensive position, I think I have a pretty good chance to get really well situated, and if that's the case, then maybe the goal here will be to get that firm foundation, get established, and then start reclaiming the world, bring back civilization. And of course, I'm always a big advocate of doing it in a sustainable and ecologically friendly way. So maybe that's what I'm going to do here. I'm leaning that way now. We'll see how I feel at the end of this episode. But okay, that's part of the water problem taken care of. I apparently have a lot of water coming in from the ceiling. Not above the ceiling, not beyond the ceiling, but from the ceiling itself. Yeah, they don't cover that in plumber school, I bet. And due to the wonderful world of Minecraft physics, I can take a fresh bucket of water and dump it in a waterlogged block that already has a block of water, and 1 + 1 = 1. Oh, so these things are grown, and now I have more wood. More water. Okay. So that airlock, the airlock finally has air in it. And this one looks like the water's coming from the waterlogged ladder block. How that happened, I don't know. Whoa, I guess that was it. That was it. So, so the last water we have is in the little barracks room here. And apparently there's a lot of water here. It looks like I have water source blocks. Whoops. Gotta go make a new bucket. Looks like the water source blocks are 3 across. So you can't empty the top one, or the middle one, until you empty one of the others. Otherwise, they'll just... you'll empty the middle one, and the side ones will recreate a new water block in the middle. Most of the time, you know, you're kind of thankful for the mechanics behind infinite water. This is not one of them. Oh. It'll be a lot easier once we get down to a single layer of water like this. Nice. I think this bucket's gonna die before I finish. Yup. Okay. Yeah, it'll take a while to get the mildew smell out, but that's okay. Probably should bring those to the surface to dry out, but I'm back in business. I don't have a sword, I have a bone. Here it is, the remnants of an advanced civilization, and I'm reduced back to caveman bone weapons. Still, it's kind of pretty out here. Pretty weird, yes, but pretty. Some of that water looks pretty deep. And the empty wind sound kind of lends itself to this idea that here I am, isolated, humanity on the verge of extinction, and I'm practically alone in a world gone mad. As opposed to the real world we live in, which also seems to have gone mad, but that's neither here nor there. Okay. So we're doing well with wood. In this little space of land, we've got, you know, a good number of trees growing. I was gonna make sticks, but I have another idea here. My freshly dried out bunker. Let's do this. I want to make a cutting board And with the cutting board, we can start cutting. In this case, using the cutting board to separate the logs from the bark, or the bark off the logs, depending on how you want to use that. And that gives us something we can start composting. So to get to that point, I'm going to make a couple chests, 4 chests actually. I'm going to convert 2 of those chests into wooden hoppers, like so. And with the remaining wood, I'm going to make a bunch of slabs. And with that, I'll make a composter. And now I have all the bits for a semi-automated composting, right? So chest down here, that's where the compost goes. Well, bone meal. And then the hopper into it. And that pulls out of the composter, which is fed by this hopper, which is in turn filled by, not this block, I gotta open up the space above the hopper so that I can open this chest like that. Now I can put in stuff like this and it's off being composted. So normally, if you've watched my videos, I talk about the advantages of fertile farmland and rich dirt, and that's all true, and that's going to be true here. But I have a large complex in mind to build here, and the most practical and logical material would be light gray concrete. And light gray concrete is going to require light gray dye, and light gray dye requires a lot of white dye, and white dye requires bone meal. So I'm going to be using more bone meal than I normally do, and I normally use a lot. So there you go. But we got a boat, which is very useful when you live on an island with a large moat. Let's just take a gander at our environs here, tour the neighborhood. So I think this is a crag biome from Biomes of Plenty. It's got lots of cobblestone and mossy cobblestone and all sorts of stone, sand, gravel. It's all useful stuff. And so that's, lavender. Nope. I mean, I'll get it later, but I don't need it right now. Error generating a chunk. Okay. So let's see what else we got. We have a building of some type here. And a crop. Let's see what we got. And ducks. Okay. Peanuts. Wild peanuts. Good. And a bridge. And a radio tower. And this type of building with an iron door. And it's apparently made out of quartz. Okay. So once we get a pulverizer up and running, we won't be pressed to go to the nether anytime soon, at least not for quartz. What is that? One weird thing at a time. So, I don't hear any zombies or skeletons. I am worried about creepers. But there don't seem to be any here. Let's see. Chest is empty. So we'll take it. And also empty. So, okay, except for as a source of quartz and copper, there's not much going on here. Eggs. So let's take a gander at this thing. This doesn't look like it's here accidentally. Looks pretty deliberate. Whoa. Note blocks and a deep ladder. Note block and a redstone lamp. Okay, so there's something special. Oh, hold it. This water's full. And on this one, it's just dry and straight down. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Oh, what is that thing? Okay, it's an Enderman that comes rushing out of nowhere. I don't need to go down there. Another advantage to being surrounded by water. I'm fairly Enderman proof up here. What fish is that? Oh, there are different types of carp or koi or something like that. Okay. Oh, what's this? Potatoes? Yes, please. Thank you. Lettuce? Yes, please. No lettuce seeds, though. Okay. Oh! A dead fish. You will take it. You know, this early in the game, I'm not too proud. And emmer wheat, which you won't get any seeds, but you get actual wheat out of it. So that's a quick and easy head start to the food supply. Nice. Oh, flax. Flax, not fax. Flax. And fir trees. Okay. I'm going to be pressed for space, but we'll get fir saplings and stuff later. The flax plant allows me to grow, to harvest string. Right? So why are all these fish dead? I mean, I see a bunch of otters here, but I've never seen otters go and kill a bunch of fish like this before, so maybe that's a new change, but I don't think there's been an update in a while. What's this? It is muckroot. No, thank you. I'm not mucking around with muckroot. Oh, more wild emmer. I'll take that. So, take sugar cane. Thank you. I think I saw a building up here on the cliffs. I did. So let's check that out. Since it's the neighborhood and I'm starting with absolutely nothing. Pretty peaceful here. And I kind of like the sound of the wind. Wind in the trees. There's some iron over there, but I can't do anything with it without a stone pick. I think I need a stone pick. Yep, stone pick. I mean, I'm only curious, or I didn't know because normally by the time I find iron, I have a stone pick. It's probably the longest I've gone in a game without a stone pick, or better. But I got sticks. Now I have cobblestone, so I'm about to lose my wooden pickaxe. And it's gone. So now I truly am in the Stone Age. Much better. Thank you. Must be getting close since I'm back to dirt. Oh, there's grass. There's sunlight. There's the building. Ooh, pumpkins. Oh, I hear cows. I definitely hear cows. Okay. And I need cows. I need cows, obviously, for books, for the enchanting table. Yes, there will be an enchanting table in this world. But even more immediate, I need cows to make a backpack. Because I definitely need a backpack. And sheep. I hear them echo. Are they in this building? Yep. Don't know how they got in there. But it seems I have 2 cows and at least 1 sheep. So we can make this work. Yep, 2 cows. I don't want to open the door and let them out. I actually kind of like having them in here for now. It's like, you know, the old posters, do you know where your children are? Well, as long as I keep these cows in here, I know where they're at. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, you guys just hang out. So I've got a good, strong defensive position. I have the capacity. I have some seeds and stuff, and the capacity to feed myself. Barely, but I have it. I have a lock on some cows and a sheep. I'm not doing too shabby. I mean, plus I have a secure underground home and 6 beds. I think it's 6. It might be 8. But either way, all things considered, I'm sitting pretty, right? This is good. The only thing I don't have is a lot of inventory space. So that would have been nice. Okay, if I'm gonna park over here, I need to park for a quick getaway. So turn the boat outward. You hear that? That's a zombie. And he doesn't sound happy. Not at all. Oh, okay. I got my shears. Like so. Let's grab some spruce leaves and look for some jungle leaves. There we go. I need 4 of each. The sound of those things. 2 more spruce will do. And one more jungle. That's 4 of each. I don't need that. So now I have jungle saplings and I have spruce saplings. So now that essentially sets me up in a good shape for producing wood. Lots of wood. And here's a bunch of free gravel that we can use to fill in the moat. So you can hear these guys from all sorts of different directions, and it kind of freaks me out because I'm trying to figure out where they're coming from. Okay. Let's see. I don't need anything up there immediately. At this point, I can't have too much gravel, sand, or dirt. Especially gravel. Now that I know vaguely where I will be, before next episode, I will spend some time trying to figure out a plan. I mean, I kind of already have the basic underground idea of a plan, because that would just be underground and pretty generic, but the part that sticks above the ground, of course, has to match with the surrounding area, and I didn't know what the surrounding area was like. But now that I know the surrounding area is waterlogged and what's outside of the water, I have a much better idea what I can or I can potentially do with this space. So I'll document that, because that's part of the fun. It's also one of my trademark geeky traits. So it is. I am what I am. So says Popeye. And I've already almost doubled the amount of arable land in this place. Now I'm picking these up because I don't have to worry about oak anymore. I'm gonna plant spruce, and our wood production is gonna go through the roof. I don't know why CPU's maxed out, because we're not doing anything. And then with the remaining land, let's go ahead and make a hoe and start prepping for farming. Normally you would plop down a block with water and build your farms around it, but in this case I'm on a little island that's so small that the water's coming from the outside. So there you go. Got some potatoes planted, got wheat planted. Not a lot, but enough to get going. Let's take care of some of these spoils of war. Yeah, I need a lot more wood to set up proper proper storage. Ooh, I didn't know that was there. There we go. Of course, we'll need furnaces. And we're going to need charcoal. And there's no point in, making charcoal with that bark on. It's not going to do me any good there. Get rid of some of the weird wooden scraps in my inventory. Start cooking those logs into charcoal. How are we doing with that spruce? No spruce yet. But I do have flax seeds, so we can get those planted right now. And the grass seeds I had from before. Almost got my little bridge to the other island complete. Trying to make the best use of my resources here. Put this right here. Now I have a bigger chest to put all the stuff that's not immediately useful to me. I'll keep the koi. Not all of them, just most of them. Now I'm going to use this bone meal. Well, first I'll plant the sugar cane to help kickstart that production, but then we can use the bone meal to trigger the spruce tree to grow. Then we can use that to take a bunch of logs immediately. Wow, first shot. Okay, and then now I have plenty of logs, and we'll be able to make lots and lots of chests right off the bat. So this will take care of my immediate storage problems. We'll be able to get organized. I love it when a plan comes together. It's been a pretty smooth start, actually. So that's good. I mean, when I was play testing to try to figure out what mods to use and how this world generation would work and stuff, there was one point where I was running around like I am now with almost no weapons and certainly no armor. And I found one of these new and improved zombies, and with one hit, I was down to 1.5 hearts. So, this is one of the reasons why I take the defense of the base so seriously. But B, the fact that it hasn't happened to me in this world yet is of some small comfort. Now I have a proper weapon. Just getting better and better and better. Once we get a bit more of the island built up, I'll be able to grow jungle trees in addition to the giant spruces. And that'll keep us in wood for a long, long time. And we'll be needing that early on. We will need to make a Stirling dynamo, I think it is. It's the one that burns fuel. And so we'll need a bunch of charcoal for that. Now, I do have the create mod, and I can use the create mod to generate RF, redstone forge units or whatever they call it. But I don't. I mean, I might make a windmill and do that early on, but using water wheels, I could do it, but I don't really have a place where water's flowing, so I'd have to figure all that out. But the bottom line is I do have options, and it's nice to have options, right? Options means you have choices, and choices means you can pick one that suits you better than not. If you don't have options, and either you don't have any choice or you have a choice, but it's very limited. And, unless you're very, very lucky, it's not so much picking the one that works best for you, but rather the one that does the least damage to you. Oh, I got a sword now. I can take care of that and that. Housekeeping's done. So 32 of these logs will be used to create 16 chests. 16 chests should fill out most of the perimeter of this room, if not all of it. Darn close. Okay, that works. Now, make it a multiple of 8, which is 56. The coal will bake the first 8, and then the coal that we get out of that, charcoal we get out of that, we can bake the rest. Now, we can start setting the chests up in a more logical way. This is I call it smeltables chest, but it also includes gemstones and stuff, so it's not just smeltables. This will be my crafting and furniture chest, which I don't have a lot of at the moment. This is going to be my building blocks chest. This is the chest for stuff that I have that I need to start farming at some point. So things like seeds and such, or baby animals. And then this is my food chest. And this is my natural chest. Just stuff you can't eat, but it's still stuff that grows out there or is harvested in nature. Let's go ahead and convert these to string. With 5 string, I can do something with, but do I need it right at the moment? I don't have feathers for arrows. So Sterling Dynamo is going to need redstone, stone, a bit more iron than I'm comfortable with, and a gold ingot. So it's not out of reach. It's just going to take some work. And once I can produce redstone energy, I'll be able to work toward a pulverizer. And between the pulverizer and the dynamo, I'm on my way to more advanced alloys. And a lot of good stuff will happen with that. Meanwhile, I see that I'm not exactly at the center of the world, but I'm close, so that's good. And the center of the world is in this direction. So we'll want to get that marked off. If you've seen my other series, you know that's kind of my... Well, it's one of my hang-ups is you got to build the center of the world. So there you go. Center of the world. 0, 0. 0, 64, 0 to be exact. But who needs that type of... pinpoint accuracy. Nice sunny afternoon. A lazy, well, I was gonna say it's a lazy summer day. It looks like summer to me, but I know that with serene seasons running right now, we're in early spring, so it's brisk out there. Yeah, drink a glass of water, pal. You do have to be careful because creepers do spawn and wander around out here in the ruins, even during the day. I might have mentioned once or twice in other series or other episodes how much I love and appreciate creepers in the same way that I love and appreciate a good root canal. But it is what it is. Apparently got some calcite under here. Another thing about some of these zombies, some of them can move fast. They can move as fast as I can, even when sprinting. So you can't, besides sounding horribly evil and malicious, which they are, you never really experience a full zombie nightmare until you've had one that can keep up with you foot for foot. So that's not cool. I mean, it is what it is, but... And if you see a zombie or a skeleton with purple sparkles, I'll just tell you ahead of time that the purple sparkles are indicative of some type of superpower. They come in different flavors, and there's apparently a lot of different flavors. I haven't seen a repeat yet. I think there was one called the Hunter, and the particles gave him away. Otherwise, he was invisible. And there's another one that had the sparkles, and he was called the Undying, and he had a bunch of hit points. He had like 100 hit points, and once I got him down to 0, it reset. He had 100 hit points again. Luckily, killing him the second time took, right? I mean, he stayed down after that, but potatoes, yes please. This spud's for you. The king of vegetables. It's old Budweiser marketing. Not the king of vegetables, but this bud's for you, the king of beers. That's how Budweiser was advertised back in the late 70s. I was a kid at that time, not that I drank a lot of beer. Oh, good. He's on fire and he's over there, so don't have to worry about it. But, you know, that was back in the era, too, where they had alcohol commercials and smoking commercials. And you can't have that stuff now because, you know, we have laws to protect consumers from alcohol abuse and smoking. And you're like, well, that's good. That's great. But then you turn around and you watch TV or online ads, and you're going to have 400 medicine ads that tell you basically to bug your doctor about some new commercial medicine that has a list of possible side effects that takes 2 minutes to read and almost always includes things like death. I don't know if I want to get an argument with my doctor and insist on a medicine that's likely to kill me, but thank God we're not having those beer commercials, eh? Oh, gosh. I expect to have a nice view up here after I clear out these trees and stuff, and I don't plan to take the whole hill, but I do plan to take a bunch of dirt off of here, and that'll come in handy in our little Dutch land reclamation project. If you're from the Netherlands, you already know all about that. But if you're not from the Netherlands, you may not know that most of what we call the Netherlands now is, reclaimed. Right? It was, a lot of it was underwater at one point. And bit by bit, the Dutch have used all sorts of tricks and clever engineering to reclaim that land. I mean, a good chunk of the Netherlands, not all of it, but a good chunk of it is actually below sea level. So there you go. And kudos to the Dutch for that. While most European countries would invade their neighbors to get more land, the Dutch took it from the sea. And then they had it taken from them. But we won't go into that. Nice. I noticed that it's taken a long time for some of the chunks to come in. The Lost Cities mod, you know, all those buildings that you see aren't structures, they're terrain. And this puppy is a beast on your machine when it comes to terrain generation, which is too bad. Because one of the things I envision is at some point I'll be able to make some type of aircraft, and I could cover wider stretches of land from the air, you know, and looking for structures and stuff. And but if it takes so long for chunks to form, then zipping around and doing aerial reconnaissance is going to be I won't say useless, but it will certainly be less valuable than it would be if they could generate chunks closer to real time. And I'll just point out too that I do have Distant Horizons, and but there was I'm not running the latest version of Distant Horizons, right? So the latest version is actually 2 versions ahead of what I run, and the reason I run one that's so far behind is that the latest 2 versions of Distant Horizons don't work with the version of Oculus I have, and it's been that way since June. And just recently they finally updated Oculus with the changes in Iris that would make Distant Horizons work, the latest versions at least. And I've tried it, but they clash with the flywheel compat, which I need to keep all my create contraptions and stuff from bogging down my system. And right now I'm not running any create system, so I tried disabling the flywheel compat, but look at that nice blood I left, huh? I disabled the flywheel compat, so that did allow Oculus and Distant Horizons to work, and it was fantastic. I mean, things were looking good way out on the horizon, and they were spawning in fast, and everything was awesome, except that it introduced vanilla clouds, right? And the funny thing is I went into my settings, and the shader clouds were still turned off, and I went in and the vanilla clouds were turned off. So I don't know where these clouds are coming from, but besides the fact that the vanilla clouds don't match my hyper-realistic skies from the hyper-realistic skies resource pack, it also kind of breaks the immersion factor, right? Because I've got shaders and stuff running. It looks good out here, right? It doesn't look photorealistic, but it definitely looks realistic. And to have these, squadrons of square clouds floating in the sky spoils the effect. So I'm back to waiting for an update. I don't know. Normally I advise people to always log a bug, right? Log a bug. Well, I need to take my own advice and log a bug. It's just that to log a useful bug, an actionable bug, I need to do some homework on my side, right? Like I've already narrowed down that the flywheel compat's a problem, so I can log a bug with them and tell them what's going on, and maybe they can fix it. But even without the flywheel combat, I have that cloud problem, and I got to try to figure that out before I log a bug with the Oculus people about that. So, I mean, that's just a tip for all of you guys out there that are running modded Minecraft. You have a mod pack, it's got 50, 60, 100, 200 mods in it, and something doesn't work like it says on the package. If you just tell the dev, hey, this is broke, they're going to have a whole bunch of questions for you. And if you can't answer questions like what other mod packs you're running, have you tried this, have you tried that, what are your settings, they can't really do anything for you, right? Because there's so many different variables. I mean, they made sure their stuff works under basically perfect conditions, but obviously you're going to have a configuration that they hadn't tested for or counted on, so they're going to need some help from you, because you take that same situation and figure out it takes 2, 3, 4, 5 hours of work to figure it out, and then multiply that by the number of people I see posting comments saying they have a problem. That's it, right? You release a mod, you release one version of the mod, and the rest of your life is spent on tech support. And that's not what they do, right? I mean, they do this out of the goodness of their hearts. I can tell you that if I got stuck doing tech support of my own work like that, that would be pretty much the end of the mod. Which is, that and the fact that I don't know enough about the Minecraft ecosystem to write mods. Those two things combined to keep me out of the mod writing business. Besides, I'm not here to write mods, I'm here to play mods, or to play the game, and the mods make it fun. So I could be a chef, but I'd rather eat. And of course, not only do I need to fill up the water so that I can put down dirt, this is also displacement, right? So we're going to build an underground base, and trying to build an underground base in a lake is a whole lot of wet. So if we can place a bunch of sand and gravel down to displace the water, then when we dig, we just dig in sand and gravel, and then we have a nice dry space after the digging. And that's good. That's what we want. Lots of clay in this moat, lake, whatever we want to call it. That's good. And yeah, it's andesite, and I'll need that for create, but no, at the moment, this isn't really like getting rid of the material forever. It's, you know, we're going to reclaim this, so for now, it's like a place to store the stuff. And of course, we have plenty of dirt. Park this a little bit further away. Huh. Okay. I know, I don't know why he's invisible, but I know that is a kobold. And they're generally, you know, they're friendly. I didn't know they came invisible sometimes. And that probably indicates I might be near a kobold settlement. So, okay. The good news is their settlements are full of goodies, and I treat them like villagers. I give them a proper bed, and there'll be plenty of goodies to help kickstart. What is this? fiber from gamma creatures. So, I am surrounded by hordes of deadly zombies and enemies, but on the bright side, I will be regular. No constipation for me. Excellent. You know, when you get older, that's going to be a bigger deal than you think it is. Let me just tell you. This is a good place I can replant our sugar cane out of the way for now. I think this is a solid start. So, we still have quite a bit of dirt here. And this island's wide enough that I might want to plant a water block here to keep the inner fields hydrated. Like that. So now we have actually enough potatoes that we can start using them as a food source. And I've got a bit more dirt. So what I envision now is, obviously not now, I guess this is pretty late, but in the next episode we can start working, you know, we got a lot of spruce logs, or sorts of them, so we can start fortifying our little island with a wooden palisade or a wooden wall, like you see in the old cowboys and Indians movies the forts had. But this is our brave new world now, and aside from waking up and drowning, I think this has been a really, really good start. So I hope you found this interesting. I certainly have. I'm excited about the possibilities here. And so I hope you will come back and join me next time. But until then, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.